You are welcome to LFN What's Your Say? The #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly, real name Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as the R&B King. Within the complicated network of sentencing that shapes the fate of individuals trapped in the legal system, judges bear the weighty responsibility of navigating distinctive factors to render fair and just decisions. Yet even with their training and expertise, errors still do exist, throwing shadows on the fate of those like R. Kelly who have unfortunately found themselves subject to the consequences of such legal proceedings. Though I'm not a lawyer, one of the most obvious and widespread oversights in R. Kelly's case has been the disregard of justifying factors that could have softened the harshness of his sentences. In their search for justice, judges probably unintentionally overlooked elements such as R. Kelly's cooperation with the authorities, and his clean criminal record before the current disturbing allegations. Such omissions have always been known to cause the rendering of sentences that are unreasonably harsh after failing to capture the details of R. Kelly's situation. Sentencing guidelines and statutes, which often serve as a framework for judges, became a double-edged sword when they were erratically applied to R. Kelly. It is also a common scenario to find cases where desperate sentences are handed down for offenses of a comparable nature, shaking the foundations of equitable justice within the legal system. Tailored and individualized considerations should stand as an essential principle in an environment of fair sentencing. Judges in R. Kelly's case should have taken into account his unique background, socioeconomic standing, and other life circumstances to avoid sentences that lacked the necessary degree of justice and were not tailored to R. Kelly's unique situation. Furthermore, transparency in the sentencing process is vital not only for the sake of legal clarity but also for maintaining public trust. Judges who were overseeing R. Kelly's cases should have articulated clear and comprehensive explanations for their sentencing decisions, ensuring that the rationale behind the chosen sentence was readily accessible and understandable to his legal team and all those concerned. We all understand that exploring rehabilitative options and other alternatives to incarceration is especially vital for someone like R. Kelly. The trial judges should have carefully weighed whether rehabilitation or community-based sentencing as alternatives might have offered a more effective path, running away from a punitive approach and embracing the potential for positive change, if at all these allegations were actually true. Succumbing to public pressure and the fact that R. Kelly is a celebrity took a heavy toll on the trial judge's decision-making. Dealing with unconscious biases that may unintentionally sway sentencing decisions takes on added meaning. In R. Kelly's circumstances, training and awareness programs would have become instrumental in mitigating biases related to factors such as race, gender or socioeconomic status, encouraging a judicial atmosphere that is more equitable and impartial within the context of R. Kelly's sentencing and subsequent imprisonment. Detailed attention to technical accuracy in calculating sentence length was definitely of supreme importance as far as R. Kelly's cases were concerned. Accurate application of sentencing guidelines and statutory requirements would have ensured that the duration of R. Kelly's incarceration was aligned with legal U.S. standards. Unfortunately, this was not the case, especially when it came to the 240-month sentence handed to R. Kelly in the Chicago case. Taking into consideration the natural unreliability of human judgment, continuous training oversight mechanisms and a steadfast commitment to promoting consistency, fairness should have contributed to minimizing errors widely observed in R. Kelly's sentencing process. In the developing field of justice, this dedication should have remained vital for upholding the principles of fairness and justice, as they are extremely relevant to R. Kelly's unique journey within the legal system. Now it was quite heart-sickening to learn that last month a U.S. federal appeals court had upheld R. Kelly's 20-year prison sentence over CP and other crimes, rejecting the R&B King's defense that the case was filed too late. Nonetheless, his lawyer Jennifer Bonjean told U.S. media that R. Kelly would appeal the decision before the Supreme Court. "We are disappointed in the ruling, but our fight is far from over," Bonjean said in a statement. It is not rocket science that one can fail to realize the fact that R. Kelly has been a lone victim of a well-orchestrated conspiracy, spiced by the #MeToo movement together with Dream Hampton's rather dramatized Surviving R. Kelly docuseries, which we all know was majorly funded by his foe Jay-Z. We remain strongly optimistic that the Supreme Court, after a thorough review, will acknowledge the substantial flaws in the proceedings leading to R. Kelly's initial convictions, whether it will be newly discovered evidence, procedural errors or constitutional violations. The Supreme Court is ultimately going to recognize that justice had faltered, necessitating a recalibration of R. Kelly's legal fate with an acquittal. We positively wait for the announcement of R. Kelly's successful re-appeal reverberation not only within the prison walls of Butner, but also throughout Chicago and other communities that have closely followed his case. Family members who have endured years of separation will greet the news with tears of relief. Jubilant friends, fans and advocates who have tirelessly championed R. Kelly's cause will feel a profound sense of vindication, and increased belief in the capacity of the legal system for rectification will be validated. As the day for R. Kelly's release approaches, anticipation should be rippling through the prison environment, with even his fellow inmates aware of his impending victory against the backdrop of incarceration. Everyone is anticipating celebrating his impending freedom with a mixture of joy and solidarity. It for sure remains a reality that the moment for R. Kelly's liberation will arrive. It will do so with a blend of emotions as he steps out of the prison gates of the Federal Correctional Center, Butner. As a point to note, we should not get tired of acknowledging the fact that there are more innocent people in our jails and prisons today than ever before. The rate of exoneration continues to rise, revealing an unreliable system of criminal justice, a lack of accountability by the Bureau of Prisons, and prosecutors' reliance on junk science and unjust witnesses. Now let us remind ourselves that Jennifer Bonjean is an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of New York, the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New York, and the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit. Bonjean is the founder of the Bonjean Law Group, predominantly based in New York's Lexington Avenue with a satellite office in Illinois at Jackson Boulevard. Jennifer Bonjean is currently R. Kelly's attorney in both his New York and Chicago cases, which have both reached appeal levels. Most well known for her high-profile cases and success in the conviction that overturned Bill Cosby's conviction, Jennifer speaks on the effects of bias and improper procedures that have resulted in overwhelming scenarios of wrongful conviction cases in the United States of America. Bonjean's firm's website stresses the fact that she works tirelessly to reverse the convictions of innocent people who are wrongly incarcerated. It's speculated that she has the words "not guilty" tattooed on her arm. We nonetheless do remain optimistic that these appeal proceedings have been able to highlight the flaws that have marred all the R. Kelly cases, and believe that the Supreme Court will subsequently grant him the long-awaited and deserved freedom. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.